I don't sit in chairs unless the chair is to the back. I can't sit in a room, a restaurant, with my back to people. Because no matter how good you are, somebody wants you dead and there's people walking past you all the time. If 100 people walk past you and one of them decides to stab you, are you really gonna detect it? Probably not. I've told the story before about how someone tried to take my life when I was walking to a car a long time ago. And maybe I should tell it again quickly. I had a problem with this guy. We were texting back and forth, and he stopped replying to me. He never sent me a threat, which is quite an interesting dynamic for people to understand, that when someone has true intention, they don't threaten you. And then about 4 days later, I was walking to my car in a car park late at night, typical English weather. It was a little bit wet, dark, and I heard footsteps coming fast. And as I turned to see what the footsteps was, he attempted to stab me. And that's why anyone who knows me well knows that my finger basically came off where I put the hand, took the knife instead of my neck. This is why I can't wear headphones. It's why, bro, let me stop for a second. If you wear headphones in public, you are asking to die. To me, that's like, it's like parachuting with one of the parachute strings broken. Like, you can't hear. I didn't see him coming, I heard him coming. You're just gonna walk around pumping garbage in your ears? Do you really believe the world is such a lovely place? It's insane. Anyway.
Do is teach men to be strong. If they decide to kill me on a long enough time frame, they're gonna be successful. But I can't. I don't want to live in fear. Because what did I say in the earlier tenet? If I become a coward, I will live in fear, and it breeds inaction. I won't be sitting here telling the truth. I want the world to know that I'd absolutely never ever kill myself under any circumstances ever, no matter what they say.
And who is they?
Well, that's a good question. Even if I knew all their names, I wouldn't say it here. But
why wouldn't you say it here?
I wouldn't say it here because they've already given me quite a few warnings. And I'm now at the point where I actually truly believe they're going to try and kill me.
So you've had messages from people trying to control you who you think would kill you?
I understand that you get 3 strikes in this game. Strike 1 is they try and shut you up and discredit you, which I've just been through. Strike 2 is they try and put you in jail for no reason. And strike 3 is they kill you. And one of my strikes is now gone, and I now firmly believe that they're going to try and kill me because they want me to be quiet and I'm not being quiet. And I have huge amounts of influence, which is what they're scared of. Because influence is what influence is what the world is about, right? If you send soldiers to a country to die, if you have literally a pitched battle on any country on the planet with tanks and planes and people are dying, that's only to control the ground so you can influence it. Like, all of that is for influence. The media is for influence. What they tell people to believe, the mindsets they want you to adopt, is so they can influence you. So when somebody like me comes along who has a mass amount of influence and it's going in a direction they're contrary to, they sit and go, wow, this is a big problem from one person. And people have car accidents, people get robbed, people get shot. And that's the unfortunate reality of human nature. When you are a very large problem for very powerful people, they look for quick solutions, and the easiest solution is to kill me. And I think it's gonna get there if I'm not extremely careful. So yeah, they dislike me not just because of what I say, because everybody knows what I say is true, but because of the huge amount of influence I have, and also the influence I have over the one demographic they're most fearful of, which are the young military-age males. They're the demographic that they need to keep under control the most, because those are the ones who will lead a revolution. Those are the ones who are naturally rebellious. Those are the ones you need to fight in your armies. Those are the ones you need to be the backbone of the slave force and build the roads for a shit wage. Those are the ones you need to sit in a sexless marriage and raise kids while they're depressed and turn up and pay their taxes anyway.
They're gonna put me in jail because I'm too influential and I'm too dangerous. If I say, I can influence an election right now.
That's a huge worry, isn't it?
It's scary for them. They're like, oh, who's this guy?
Yep.
And they've tried to get me to sell my soul. I'm not going to give too many stories, but on multiple occasions, they've tried to get me to sign contracts and offer me a bunch of money to shut up and agree to this and agree to that. And I won't do it. So now they're sitting there going, okay, there's this person with massive influence, perhaps the most influential man in the world. We've offered him to sell his soul so we can control him. He won't do it. He can influence things massively. He is a wild card. What do we do about this person? And they sit and they go, okay, well, accuse him of something, put him in jail. And if that doesn't work, then it's like, oops, car crash. That's the end. So I'm now at a position where I'm like, I have to very strongly gauge how far I want to go because Icarus flew too close to the sun.
Yeah.
So it gets scary, right? So you have to be very self-reflective of these things. But yeah, how much is enough? I don't know. I hope I'm going to balance it just right, and I'm going to save the world and awaken people from the matrix and stay breathing as long as possible.